this year to bless this here mic till your brain burst. Our guest appeared twice and the check will clear 3 times for the same verse. I was always a demon.
Hello everyone, Darko 2012 here with Global Government News. Hope everyone's doing fine out there. I have 2 stories that cover thumbprint scanning. It will be this one out of the UK, where they're having students get fingerprinted to eat lunch, or eat at the little canteen that they call it, or cafeteria as we call it in the States. And then another one that talks about police department adapting it. And so let's just get right into it. It says pupils, or like we said in the States, this students frogmarched by teachers to have fingerprints taken so they can eat in canteen or cafeteria. A school has provoked uproar after taking children's fingerprints without permission from their parents. Pupils were frogmarched to be fingerprinted so they could use touchscreens in the canteen to have money deducted from their account, thereby speeding up lunch queues. It says Capital City Academy in Brent, North London, was later forced to apologize and wiped all prints it obtained before asking for consent. And so this is the deal that this is the issue that we have to deal with, is these globalists want a cashless society in order to keep their fiat, digital, big, humongous Ponzi scheme system working, because otherwise we'll get things like bubbles, and then they eventually have to pop, and then they have to have recessions and all that other stuff. And although they get to consolidate their wealth and their power, you know, that's great, good and great for them, but at the same time they would like to be able to mask and hide all their humongous global Ponzi schemes, such as the housing market in the US and all the stuff that's occurred around the world because of it. And of course their solution will be, you know, eventually they'll just skip the Amero and go right to a universal or international currency. But long story short here is we're talking about cashless society, and that's what they're aiming for, and that's what they want. And so what better way to get the sheep used to it than to start in the schools. That's how they do everything. They start it in the schools and get the younger people who will be the future, who will not resist this stuff, and they get them conditioned and acclimated and used to seeing it. But then of course they don't ask for permission from the parents. They just go ahead and do it to see how much they can push the envelope and see how much they can get away with. So, but it says as many as 3,500 schools are using fingerprint technology in administrative tasks such as students borrowing library books or buying canteen lunches. And see, the problem that I have with this is that if we're all living together in the society and in this economy where we all have to rely on each other, well, if we just go along with this and we just accept it and say, well, I have nothing to hide, well, other people that just may not want to have to do this for whatever personal reasons, they don't want to do it, well, they're screwed, right? They're screwed because of your dumbass giving up your liberties and your privacy and just saying, oh, I got nothing to hide, and then doing your little thumb scan, so that eventually when the time comes and the cashless society arrives, well, then we're all asked out. Us privacy lovers, we're asked out because of you, because you wanted to be stupid, you wanted to be naive, and now we're all going to get hurt by it. That's my point. My point is that when this cashless society does come and there's people that want to use cash, hard currency, and they don't want to have their purchases tracked, they're going to be screwed, because the system will then change and adjust and conform around these thumbprint scanners, so that the only way you'll be able to buy food, the only way you'll be able to buy alcohol or tobacco or firearms or anything will be with this thumb scan. And if you are someone that is, let's say you have a national IDs or health insurance, you know, like a national health insurance, close to like what they have in the UK or here, you know, oh, your insurance company says that you can't be drinking alcohol or be smoking, so sorry, can't you have no, you know, your credits still won't work here. And so, I mean, this is just an enslavement grid. I don't think I have to go too much further into it, but yeah, I mean, so they try to push the envelope. It said it also introduced an opt-out for parents uncomfortable with the technology, allowing students to enter a 4-digit PIN code instead of scanning their print. It says the revelation comes as teachers warned schools are routinely taking children's fingerprints without permission from their parents. It says youngsters place their thumbs on a scanner and lunch money is deducted from their account and they are registered as borrowing a book. But there were warnings today that schools are bringing in the system without seeking parents' consent. Teachers fear that the failure to secure consent is widespread because there is no requirement in law to gain active permission, and consulting parents at all is simply seen as good practice. So, but I just want to point out this article was posted or published on March 30th, 2010, and then we're going to move to this other article. This article is from allbusiness.com, and it was posted September 25th, 2007. So it's actually not a recent article, but I just find it kind of funny because there was a news video covered from a local affiliate, a Fox affiliate in Milwaukee that was showcasing, right? They're showcasing, they're selling it to the public, selling it to the slaves, this new blue scan or whatever the hell they call it. It's basically a mobile thumb scanner. And, you know, you have Texas now that's got the mandatory, they can draw blood. They can pull you over and make you draw blood, right? So, and now that's all throughout Texas. They incorporated it into law. And so here we have fingerprint device lends officers a hand. Stockton police use scanner as a way to speed up record checks. In Stockton, California. And the only reason I cover this is because the other story, which was out of Milwaukee, that was from at least, if not today, yesterday, so March 29th, March 30th, 2010. And so they said that they were the only ones using it and the first ones using it in the country, but that, I guess that's kind of a lie because California's already using it. And it says, you know, let's see here. Okay, yeah, so they give, just like in the other news story that was on Fox that I watched, they basically roll it out like an advertisement. See, the news, they're just corporate bastards. They're pigs, man. They're just, I don't know what other way to describe them, but they just lay down for these companies for all of our liberties and stuff like that to be taken away from us and our privacy. They just don't give a shit, man. You know, and I have a degree in journalism, and I don't practice it because I can't stand it. I can't stand journalism these days. It's not journalism. It's not investigative reporting, and it's not providing unbiased information or at least information that you should be vigilant against, you know, not against the government, but you should be vigilant with information that you're presenting to the public, that you're receiving from the government. You are a go-between between the government and the people, you know, and you need a good free press in order for that to happen, for citizens to be well informed. So, but that's why everyone's going to the internet. So that's a totally different story. So here they are. They're selling it out, you know, it's giving this bogus ass story about how it would be so much quicker. And they say, you know, sometimes just to give someone a simple ticket, it takes hours to bring them to the station to run them through the national database. You like that? Through the national database. And you got your national ID card, that's your license. Womack, whose duties include, you know, whatever. In Stockton, the blue check, that's what it's called, is often called to help identify people for other officers. When they arrive, so sometimes find simpler checks. And the reason is it saves valuable time. An officer who works faster can get more done. So there you go. And so just speaking off that about the news, you know, the news just laid down for this little device here, and they didn't even mention that you're not required by law to give a thumb scan. They said, oh, we need one. If it was required, they would tell you it's required. So you just need to know your rights when you're pulled over. I think that's the point of it. And here's the video here. And as far as these devices speeding up record checks, all it does is allow these Nazis to go around pulling over everybody, more people. That's it, and fuck with them more. So, thank you.